folks, I just want you to concentrate on that logo right there. 49ers, San Francisco, quest for 6. Yeah. Welcome to another edition of the Stack with Nat Show. I'm one half of the dynamic duo. I'm National. My man Stack couldn't make it to shoot the show, so we're doing our individual picks for our Stack with Nat NFL PICK'EM's challenge. Week 5, we're up to week 5, folks. We just finished one quarter of the NFL season, and been a lot of surprises, a lot of disappointments thus far in this young NFL season. I'm rocking my old school 49ers leather helmet, in honor of the big win over the Philadelphia Eagles last week. That was one of my picks. And I also won week 4. I went something like 9-7, I think, 9-6. While my co-host, Smokestack, took an L. He went like 6-10, maybe. We had to check. We'll have our producer for you to hate. Excuse me. Bring up those totals for the season thus far. Usually we toast a shot, the loser buying. Since my guys aren't here, I got my own little fireball shot here. I'm gonna take my congratulatory victory swig on my fireball, and away we go. Okay, like I said, this is the Stack with Nat show. We're doing our individual picks remotely from separate locations. I just want to give you a little update on the, the world of sports. We got, like I say, week 5 coming up in the NFL. NBA should be picking up. Training camps and preseasons should be kicking off. The return of the Black Mamba, Kobe Bryant. That should be exciting. The defending champion, Spurs, a personal team of mine, along with the Celtics. Spurs look good. Celtics, I don't know. They're in almost a rebuilding stage. Baseball is October. Playoffs. We had Pittsburgh get knocked out the other night. We also had the Kansas City Royals advance. They're playing Detroit. Let's see. Detroit's playing the Orioles. Yeah, I think Detroit's playing the Orioles. Kansas City is playing Anaheim. But like I say, baseball's starting. That's really when I get really into watching baseball, when the playoffs start. It's a really long season, and I usually wait till the playoffs to get into it. What else we have? Electric football. Electric football. We made some announcements as far as the MFCA, the Miniature Football Coaches Association. The MFCA Hall of Fame induction enshrinement will be held at the Bama Blast this year. Usually, the last 7 years it's been in Ohio with MFCA convention. They had to put it to vote, and they voted to move it. I don't agree with it. I thought it should have stayed in Ohio, but I'm just one voice. It'll be in Bama. I'm sure David Nichols and his staff out there will do a fine job. Another note is the MFCA convention, which again, all 7 years have been held in Ohio, either Canton or Cleveland. That's being moved this summer. When summer kicks around, 2015, it will be held in Richmond, Virginia. And I think Chris Bops, I can't really remember how he pronounces his last name. Good fellow though, good friend of Nationals. Like I say, I'm sure he will do a good job. I myself wanted it to stay in Ohio, but again, just one voice went to vote, and they chose to move it. And that's, like I say, electric football. Detroit's got their league going. Great Lakes, our producer for you to hate, plays in that league. TutorCon should be coming up this January or February. Hopefully we can land it here in Philadelphia again. That would be great. Talk with my man Doug Strom and see what we can come up with. Want to give a shout out to Jim Davis, the Hulk, and his 5XL talk show out in Detroit. You know, where those guys talk about sports. They also talk about electric football. So it's all about promoting the game of electric football, which has been around for 67, 68 years. Let people, you know, the masses know that the game is still being played. It's being played at a high level. It's not just guys running around in circles. It's real football. Got to have an idea of football knowledge. Usually guys with a high football IQ, with a grip on the game, and of course the rules. They usually tend to do well in the game of electric football, the way it is played today. You know, we call it miniature football, electric football. Figures, fields, everything has been, you know, the bar has been raised to just unbelievable levels by great artists in our game and great minds. So electric football is here to stay. I'm a big fan of the game. I play a lot. Our season, Philly NFL, we will be kicking off the weekend after the NFL Super Bowl. So look for more from us. The League of Extraordinary Gentlemen, the Fun First League, all 32 teams are represented by 32 coaches. You know, each guy that has a team, we refer to ourselves as a coach. So 32 teams, and then we had a NEFL League, which is another 10 to maybe 14 coaches that play. You know, they don't play the full 16-game schedule. They play an 8-game schedule. But highly competitive and a lot of fun. I'm going to take a short break, and I'll be back with the Stack with Nat Show NFL PICK'EMs. National will be doing his Week 5 picks. Thanks for joining in, folks.
Hello, folks. Here we are again in Smokesack's backyard. It's October 2nd, Thursday, in the afternoon. It's a remote broadcast again of the Stack with Nat NFL picks for Week 5. And with that, I'll jump right into the picks. For tonight, Thursday night's game, again, going against the grain. Going to bet against the Vikings. I think the Packers will win this game. Both teams are 2-2, fighting for relevancy in the NFC North. I don't think Teddy Bridgewater is ready to play tonight. So with that, I'm going with the Packers. Moving on to Sunday's games. Bears are pretty banged up. They're going into Carolina. I look for Cam Newton to light it up. I'm going with Carolina. Over to the Ravens and the Colts. I look for Andrew Luck to continue to show his dominance. I pick Indianapolis in that game. Houston and Dallas is an interesting game at Dallas. Dallas's run game is running on all cylinders. I look for the Cowboys to win that game. Buffalo and Detroit. I think Detroit's playing much better. The defense is tough. Buffalo's got problems at quarterbacks. I think they're starting Kyle Orton this week, which is a reach. I think they should have stuck with who they had. I'm going to pick Detroit in this game. St. Louis and Philly, after a tough week last week against the 49ers, my hat's off to Corey for staying behind his Niners in a very tumultuous season so far. Niners played well enough to win. The Eagles didn't. However, this week in Philadelphia, I think they'll jump all over the Rams. So Philadelphia over St. Louis at Philadelphia. Moving to Cleveland and Tennessee, I'm a very strong lean to Tennessee. Cleveland is coming off their bye week. I look at injury reports as well. Cleveland is banged up. I still don't see them at this stage of the season running on all cylinders. So I'm going to pick Tennessee Titans. Pittsburgh at Jacksonville. Going against the grain here with the home team. I'm going to go for Pittsburgh. Tampa Bay Bucks at the Saints. I look for the Saints to continue to work on developing a team that always ranks in the top 5 near the end of the season. I pick the Saints. Atlanta and the Giants. The Giants come off a bye. They're well rested. Atlanta's banged up pretty good. In fact, their offensive line is kind of in disarray, much like the Eagles. They probably won't have maybe one starter that they started the season with. I like the Giants to continue their ground game and dominance. They're playing in New York. I pick the Giants. Moving over to the 4 o'clock games, specifically 4:25. Got the Chiefs versus the Niners. And if you saw the Chiefs last week against the New England Patriots, hats off to Weird Wolf and for his group and his team in breaking the noise barrier at NFL stadiums. Unfortunately, going back to the Niners, I think the Niners will win this game. Arizona Cardinals at Denver, 4 o'clock game. I like Denver. At 4:25, we also have the Jets in San Diego. I'll pick San Diego. And Sunday night's game, Bengals versus the Patriots. I like the Patriots. However, I think the Bengals have a great defense. I look for them to really use this Sunday night stage to show what they have. I'm going to pick the Bengals in that game. And finally, on Monday night, Seattle Seahawks versus Washington Redskins at Washington. I pick Seattle. This week's 2 bye teams are the Oakland Raiders and the Miami Dolphins. And there you have it, folks. That's Smokestack Scott's Week 5 NFL picks for the Stack with Nat show. My good buddy National is not here today, but I will give him his props. There you go, my friend. And there you have my picks for this week.
Welcome, folks, back to the Stack with Nat show. I'm one half of the host of the tag team. I'm National. My boy Smokestack Scott is probably did his picks, or he soon shall be. We're up to week 5 in the NFL season. I'm gonna get this thing going pretty quickly. Each week kicks off on Thursday night. On Thursday night, we have the Minnesota Vikings going into Green Bay. This game, to me, should be a blowout. I mean, I'm picking Green Bay. Minnesota picked they drafted a Philly guy, Sharif Floyd. He plays on their D-line. And the Packers, on their D-line, they have Mike Daniels, the nephew of former NFL Super Bowl champion, electric football champion, Paul Daniels. So, always like to see Paul's nephew, Mike, do well, except when he's playing the Niners, of course. But like I say, in Green Bay, I look for Aaron Rodgers and the Packers to roll in that game. I'm taking Green Bay. Okay, we're going to move right along to Sunday of Week 5 in the NFL season. The 1 o'clock games. First game I have is the Chicago Bears traveling into Carolina. This was a tough game to pick for me. I really didn't know which way to go, but in the end, I'm choosing Carolina. Coming off a big win over the Ravens. Steve Smith Sr. Look for him to do big things. Chicago's kind of banged up, you know. Their cornerback Tillman is out, Peanut. But they have some great receivers as well. But I'm taking Carolina, okay, folks? I'm gonna keep it moving. Buffalo at Detroit. Buffalo has benched the starter, the young pup, E.J. Manuel, in favor of Kyle Orton. I'm not a big Kyle Orton fan. I think he's going to be a sitting duck back there. I mean, he's a veteran. Who knows? You know, he might pull a rabbit out the hat, but I think those Detroit rushers are going to pin their ears back and come after him pretty good. I'm taking the Lions at home. Another tough game for me was Baltimore at the Colts. Baltimore coming off, like I said a little while ago, Baltimore lost to... No, hold on, what am I saying? Carolina lost last week. That's what the big game. It was Baltimore against Carolina with Steve Smith. He was, man, he's still talking. Steve Smith, you gotta love that guy. I'm all confused here. But Steve Smith is on Baltimore. That's what it was. Baltimore was coming off a big win. It's late, folks. Give me a little pass. Baltimore at the Colts, but I'm taking Andrew Luck and the Colts at home on this game. I'm going with the Colts over Baltimore. Next game, Houston at Dallas, Battle of Texas. DeMarco Murray was just named the player of the month offensively. I think he keeps it rolling. I mean, I know they got J.J. Watt, but he's only one player, you know. So I'm taking Dallas. I'm taking Dallas. Been taking Dallas a lot this year, but I'm taking Dallas again to win this game. My next game, I got Pittsburgh at Jacksonville. This will be one of two lead pipe locks. Pittsburgh is favored by 6 points in this game. 6 points. I think Pittsburgh, the Steelers, will cover that 6. Jacksonville is really a bad team right about now. If I was a betting man, I'm taking Pittsburgh minus the 6. I think they'll cover. That's my lead pipe lock. Keep it moving. We got Tampa Bay at New Orleans. Nolans. I think Drew Brees and his Saints get this one at home. On the fast track in the dome. Taking the Saints. Okay, keep it moving. We got ATL. The Falcons, the Dirty Bird. Traveling into MetLife Stadium to battle Eli and the Giants. I'm taking the Giants in this one. Okay, keep it moving. And Philly. St. Louis Rams out of the NFC West, which is the toughest division. I almost took the Rams. But I'm hoping that Philly can beat them because I just want everybody in the Niners division to lose and the Niners to win, of course. I think the Eagles and Chip, they bounce back. I think McCoy, Shady gets on track. I look for Philly to win this game at home. Last 1 o'clock game of the day on Sunday is Cleveland back traveling into Tennessee to play the Titans. I'm taking the Titans. Now we move to the 4 p.m. games, folks. Arizona, the undefeated Cardinals of the NFC West, go into Denver Mile High. I'm taking Peyton. The thin air, Peyton, Welker, Thomas. I think they pull it out. I'm going to keep it moving. We got New York Jets. My boy Rex Ryan, who's under a lot of fire, you know, for staying with his boy Geno. Heard out there in the fans, those fans were yelling for Vic. I remember going out with the Niner Empire to a couple years ago. We went to see the Jets versus Niners game at MetLife. Mark Sanchez was the quarterback, and the fans were yelling for Tebow. And so it was nuts out there. Those fans don't play, in New York. If you ain't playing good, they're going to let you know. They're going to be calling for your backup. Like the Chargers in this game. Phillip Rivers, those guys, they're pretty good at home. Well, I mean, Jets going West Coast, flying West Coast. Let's go with the Chargers. And then the big game. I don't know how this game didn't get moved up to a prime time, but Alex Smith. I'm an Alex Smith guy. I like them. I didn't agree with them making the switch to the Kaepernick, but I'm a fan of the team first, and Kaepernick is our quarterback, so I'm a roll with him. But love Alex Smith. The guy, he went through a lot when he was in San Fran, all the different coaches, offensive coordinators. I wouldn't mind if he threw for 4 touchdowns and 300 yards as long as they lost. But I'm taking the Niners in this game. Niners should keep it rolling. Just don't think Kansas City will be able to match up defensively, offensively. I think the Niners win this game. In San Fran at that. So that's going to be really interesting. That's going to be a good game. I'm looking forward. I remember when Joe Montana left the Niners and went to Kansas City, and Kansas City beat Steve Young in the Niners that season. Niners went on to win the Super Bowl. That's a trade-off I would take. If the Kansas City beat the Niners, but we win the Super Bowl, hey, I live with that. That's the ultimate goal, to win a championship. So that will do the 4 o'clock games on Sunday, which is going to move us to the Sunday night, the primetime game. The Cincinnati Bengals, coming off a bye, go into New England. Tom Brady and the Patriots, who got trashed their last game, they got it. Whew, that was ugly. The Patriots are favored by 1. Yeah, Pats are favored by 1. I'm taking the Patriots in this game. I'm taking the Patriots. The Patriots are getting 1. I'm sorry. The Patriots are getting 1 in this game. I think the Patriots are going to bounce back. This is my lead pipe block. They're underdogs at home. I don't even know if that's ever happened in the Tom Brady era. But to be getting a point, I think they're going to win this game outright against the Bengals and young Andy Dalton. I'm taking the Patriots at my pick, and this is also my lead pipe block. Patriots getting 1 point. I think they win this game. Which moves us to our Monday night game. Seattle Seahawks. Hated Seattle Seahawks if you're a Niners fan, or probably any other team in the NFC West, a fan of that team. Seattle goes in our nation's capital to battle the Washington Redskins. I'm taking Seattle. Kirk Cousins came off of a bad game. I think he can move, which will help him with that tough Seattle rush. Those guys really come after the quarterback. Washington has a good run game too. So it's going to be tough. They can bust Seattle in the mouth and make them, play at their pace. You never know. But for the Stack with Nat show, NFL PICK'EMs, National is taking the Seahawks to win that game. So, folks, that does it for this edition of the individual remote broadcast of the Stack with Nat show. I'm one half of the tandem, Mr. National, and I'm gonna say thanks for viewing. Hope you continue to view. Please like our page on Facebook, Stack with Nat show. Our producer extraordinaire, For You to Hate. Take us home, baby. Take us home. Peace.